everybody, welcome back to my channel, Boomy Reactions. For those of you who are new, hi, I'm Boomy, thank you for watching, and for everyone else, welcome back, my lovelies. And today, guys, I'm going to be catching up on another one of Cowboy Kent Rollins' videos because he's a darling. Oh my gosh, I loved the last video. I think in another life, he may have been my granddad. That's how I feel. That's the connection that I'm feeling between me and Kent. He's obviously just got this ability to connect with viewers on such a level where you feel like you know him and you've known him for ages. He's a darling. He's such a warm, and he seems like such a genuine, like a lovely person. So I'm going to be checking out another one of his videos today. This video is entitled Old Fashioned Gravy and Biscuits. Now, biscuits means something completely different in the UK. I'm sure you're aware. So a biscuit for us is a cookie to you guys. So biscuits are cookies, or just any crunchy, sugary cookie thing that we can dunk in a cup of tea. That's our biscuits, but it's not the same, I believe, in the USA. So my understanding of biscuits in the US is more similar to maybe a savory scone. That's to say, a scone. Yes, a scone. I'm northern, so it's a scone. But yeah, savory. So I'm thinking like a dumpling, but a little bit more robust. Am I far off? Am I wrong? And I'm assuming what the gravy component, obviously gravy. Maybe you guys have it with like a beefy gravy kind of casserole or stew. We would say it's a stew. That's what I'm thinking. I could be really wrong. It's always hilarious when I'm wrong. I'm wrong a lot, but by the way. So yeah, let's stop my yapping and just watch the video.
Oh my Jiminy Cricket goodness! Thank y'all for dropping by under the barn. Guess what? We are making up some old-fashioned classic buttery flaky biscuits. Hey, they so easy, they ain't even got a rise, none at all. You just slip them in the oven. But don't think that's all. We're gonna top them off with some homemade white gravy and some sausage all mixed in there. Lather it right over the top. Come on, I'll save you a biscuit and I'll meet you in camp.
He's a darling. He makes my heart sing. I love him. Oh, he's
hey,
a dear,
welcome to another episode of Cowboy Cooking. And what are we talking about today? Homemade buttery biscuits. But folks, be sure you stick around to the end of this because we have got some great news. We're going to give you a little preview of what? Our brand new cookbook. We got some advanced copies and I want y'all to see it. So be sure and stick around. But also, if you're a new viewer, hey, don't get left out in the cold because it's pretty cold today. Be sure you hit that subscribe button because we don't want you to miss out on any of these great episodes. Pardon me, folks, but I'm going to have to put this apron on. I am a little cold, but hey, I'd like to thank the good folks at Area. They have supplied us with some fine stuff, and I do love this vest. Shannon will have you a link there to where you can go to the right page, and it'll show you all of my favorites, everything that I'm wearing and what I like. And this is sort of like saran wrap, putting an apron on in the wind. Y'all pardon me, but it is a little cold out here.
Do you know, it doesn't look cold. Like, over here, that looks like a fine day. That almost looks like beach weather because it's just not grey and raining. Is that a teepee in the background? What I would say looks like a teepee, which is cute. Let's see what he does. Okay, so straight away, I'm noticing in the intro. I'm noticing in his mixing bowl, it looks very much like crumbled butter and flour, like a butter and flour mix. So that makes me think this is it. I think your biscuits are what I would consider like a savory scone. I think they're very similar. And what is a white gravy, guys? A gravy for me is something that is made from the fat of meat, and then it's mixed with a little bit of flour and a little bit of whatever stock it is that you like, and you cook it, mix it all up, and it makes a delicious gravy. But what is a white gravy? I've never made one before. Ah, okay, okay.
Here it is. Before we start making these biscuits, I want you to know, use good flour, folks. I mean, it is a staple. You have to have it. And I've got to where I really love me some King Arthur flour. You can find it in a lot of stores, but we're going to start with 3 cups of all-purpose flour if we can get it in there for the wind blowing. That is a 2-cup measure, so we'll make that 2. And we're going to try to get on the money here and have 3. So there is 3 cups of flour.
It is windy.
Now we're going to take the sugar, which is in the car, which is not here. The car is over yonder. That's a long commute to the store, wasn't it?
He's just darling.
Woo! As Justin Wilson would say. Now we're going to take 3 tablespoons of sugar, a half a teaspoon of salt,
so they're not savory so much,
of baking powder. This here magical elixir. What is it called? Cream of tartar, which is going to give you sort of like a double rise method. Because folks, we ain't having to let these rise. Remember, I told you these was so easy. So this cream of tartar, do not leave it out. You got to have some of it. Make sure you mix all them dry ingredients well. But the secret to these biscuits, more than anything else, what is it, Shan? Everybody's favorite.
Butter.
Yes, love. But you in the 3rd row by the fresh cow patty. Yeah. Oh, he moved. He is so bashful, I tell you. Butter. Yes, it is, folks. It is the creamiest, bestest thing you can put in there. Now, folks, it needs to be chilled. This can't be soft. And I don't want you to just crumb it up in there. I want you to just slice it in there. And we're going to use a stick and a half, which is about 3/4 of a cup. And when we go to mixing this, we are not just going to just tear this butter plumb up to where you can't find it. That's the secret to these good buttery flavored flaky biscuits, is to leave that butter in big enough pieces you can sort of see it and it melts throughout that biscuit while it is cooking. And you need to get you one of them pie crumb cutter deals, and we got one somewhere. We just don't know where it's at.
What is that?
We got one. Oh, Culinary. Culinary had it. I don't know what he's got there. But folks, if you ain't got one of these, and my mother taught me to make them too, with just a fork. But this is a whole lot easier. Just remember what I'm telling you. We ain't mashing that butter all away. I want to leave it in flaky pieces to where they melt in there, and that's what makes a biscuit good. Now, folks, you can see as we quit messing with that, this isn't like a pie crust consistency to where it's more cracker crumb. I want to be able to see them little bits of butter all mixed up in through there, because that's what's going to make things so delicious, folks. It is. Because I want to take 1 cackleberry. I sure do.
A cackleberry?
Because I like to whip it just a tad, not much. I just want to see it separate there a little and get a little more on the liquefied stage, and that is there.
Do you know what one of my favorite things is about Kent is that he's taking his time. He doesn't seem to be rushing through everything, and he's just going to have a bit of a chat to you through the camera as he's just, he's really chilled, he's really laid back. Like, he enjoys the process of cooking, and I think that comes through in his videos. And did he just say, I'm going to get a cackleberry, and then it was an egg that he put? Is that a cackleberry? Is that a word for egg? I love that. So I have never heard of what was it he called that? It looks like a masher, but not quite a masher. I have never thought about a device like that for rubbing the flour into the butter, which keeps your hands a lot less dirty, obviously, and buttery when you're doing this. I need one of those in my life.
We're going to use 1 1/4 cup of buttermilk. Now, say you're looking in your icebox, just right now you are, and you're thinking, I'm going to make this recipe, but I ain't got no buttermilk. Scientific knowledge has proven the fact that if you hold your foot up like this, and you go over to the drawer and you find some lemon juice, you can make your own buttermilk. It is very simple.
Or vinegar.
Or vinegar, that is right.
Does it actually taste the same though, guys? Because we don't really, I have found buttermilk on the shelves in a supermarket on very few occasions from one supermarket, and that was a long time ago. That was years and years ago, and I have not seen it since. So I think it's quite fair to say that we don't see buttermilk very often. So quite often, if we're using it in recipes, I have tried to substitute the buttermilk for, I think I've used lemon juice in milk. And I think, yeah, the curd, the almost curdling of the acid with the milk is meant to mimic the buttermilk. But does it taste similar? I don't think I would have any idea because I believe it's good for scones. Just wondered.
So, 1 1/4 cups of buttermilk. Let's go ahead and put our egg in there.
The cackleberry.
And let's just sort of go to folding this over and over. Okay, you can see that is powerful wet.
Yeah.
That is a good place to start. Because, folks, we don't want this to be so dry when we're starting here that we're trying to incorporate that liquid back into it. It don't work well. So, let me get a little flour on my hands. And we're going to add a little flour in there. And I just want you to go to mashing. You can see that is still wet enough to stick together, but it ain't sticking to my hands so much. So let's discard that apparatus and let's put some of that flour on here. At this point in time, we're going to knead it for just a little bit. So just keep rolling it over, mashing that butter all up in that dough, because we don't want to see nobody left out. And you can see that good yellow color that it's got in there from that egg and that butter. See how it sort of just jumps out there at you in the evening fading light. So when you get it to that point to where you've kneaded it for about, I'd say a minute, just get her rolled over here in about that shape right there. And voila, we have created a homemade biscuit nearly. With your hands, you can pat that out to where about I'd say a 1/2 inch thick, or you can take a rolling pin, whatever you want. Let's just get it to about that thickness.
So yes, I think this is actually, it's almost like a variation of a scone, or our scones are a variation on your biscuits. It's very similar. I would say traditionally, a traditional British scone wouldn't have an egg in it. Maybe have a splash of milk if it's a little bit on the dry side, but not much. So it relies more on the sticking together of the dry ingredients, but there's not normally an egg in there. But I have seen plenty of recipes where there is an egg in there. I have seen recipes where there is lemonade in there, which works quite well, surprisingly. So yes, this is, I think this might actually be a very similar texture to what I thought it might be. But there is a very old-fashioned golden rule with the scones, is that you pat and you don't roll, because that encourages them to rise better. So, little difference.
And folks, when you be looking in here right now, when Shan comes in here, see all that butter? This is what I'm talking about, making things so good, so flaky.
Difference, actually.
I'm ready to eat me some biscuits. What about you,
want
Big?
That?
He's covered in flour.
But folks, guess what? Today we ain't got no biscuit cutter.
Why?
Because Kent run off and left it, that's why. But never let something like that fool you. In the pickup truck, there was a empty can of Clever Girl.
He's so resourceful.
Now be careful when you do this, but I want you just to cut that bottom out of it. And don't be thinking this was a really good knife to start with. This was something I also had in the pickup. So we're gonna just cut this out of there.
It looked like a good knife.
Remember that leftover butter that we might have had? Let's just take that butter, because this was sort of warming over by the coals, and let's give it a good greasing. Take your biscuit cutter.
So these are cooked.
Pull them out of there.
In a cast iron
pan. There you go.
pan.
Voila, we have a biscuit.
Not
so
baked
when
in
you
the
get to
oven.
this point and you done cut them first biscuits out of there, bring this back together and just mash it up here to where we can start. I don't want you rolling it around there and going to kneading and all this stuff, because guess what? An overworked biscuit is a dry biscuit, and we don't want our biscuits to be overworked. Now this will usually make about, I'd say, 12 to 15 biscuits. That's what we're shooting for today.
Dookie.
You like a biscuit?
Oh, Duke.
Hey.
Do
Oh,
y'all
what
need
breed
a
of dog is Dookie?
little dough?
Almost looks a bit
Okay.
fox-like.
Well, we got her fired up, we did. Now, I have a pretty tight layer of coals around a tall trivet really heavy on top because we can keep an eye on that. Cooking biscuits sometimes in a Dutch oven can be a little intimidating, especially in about a 20-mile-an-hour breeze, which we have today. So we may have to rake these coals back or add a little more to them. You can always add heat to it to cook it, but when it's burnt, you can't take that away.
No, you
So
cannot.
be sure you manage your fire well. Also, one thing I want to tell you too, been having a lot of questions, keep that fire source going because you can't just make them coals automatically. So make sure you have twice as many as you need. We'll rotate the lid one way in a minute, the bottom the other, to try to even out any hot spot if we have more coals on one side or the other.
I want to try this. I love this method of cooking. It's so interesting. I've never done anything similar at all. So, guys, just a quick question here while we've got a little musical interlude. How would you cook them at home? So obviously Kent isn't baking these, they're being cooked in the Dutch oven. But at home, if you were preparing these in your kitchen, you would just throw them in the oven, or would you cook them on on the hob? What do you guys call? You just say the hob, right? The top of the cooker. Would you which way would you cook them? I want this recipe. I'm going to try these. I want his cookbook. I'm going to wait until the end of the video, and I want his cookbook.
Oh, hell. Hey, Shan. Thank you for coming on in here. If y'all didn't know, this was the shipping warehouse headquarters for what? Red River Ranch it is. And guess what? There's a lot of orders go out of here, and we're so glad that y'all are ordering them because I need to make some room in here. I do. But guess what? It's a surprise. Have you seen it? Look here. Advanced copies of what? Faith, Family, and the Feast.
Aww.
I want y'all to look in here at these pictures. Look at this. Shan is a great photographer, and look at old Glory waving there in the
And a
breeze
great camera
as we
lady.
pray for our little blessings to bless that meal. But guess who? Guess who made the next page? Look, it is the bee.
The bee. You know what I love about this is if you guys have seen our first cookbook,
The beautiful photo.
they changed the pages and so they're glossier, and so the pictures I think stand out more. I don't know if you can tell from
They jump out.
this.
Look at that. Out there on the Bale Ranch, and what does that say? My people will live in peaceful dwelling places, in secure homes, in undisturbed places of rest. Isaiah 32:18. Well, there's a lot of recipes, as y'all know, and a lot of great pictures and stories, but there's a lot of faith-based in Scripture that Shan has matched up with some glorious pictures because, hey, this is all due to God's creation anyway, and she does a great job taking pictures. Let's just turn the page. Whoa. Looky
That
here.
looks yummy.
Green
It sure
onion
does.
and scalloped potatoes. Shan got real brave. This time she did. And she went all out, and she went to the holy grail of all desserts, nanner pudding. And look at the way she's got that layered in it.
We photographed that on the front porch.
So this has been quite a controversial topic in one of my last videos. I make no lie of this to our American viewers. I don't know what banana pudding is. Now, initially, I just assumed it was, well, if it was over here, it would probably be chunks of banana in whipped cream. So it doesn't sound like too much. I assumed that's what it is. But no. Apparently, like this is a thing. I would like a recipe for this very much. If any of you out there watching, if you would part with your fabulous recipes, I would love to recreate one because I'm led to believe this is actually a bit of a showstopper pudding, and it's quite the traditional, super tummy filling, feel good pudding. And in the UK, we're all about those puddings. We love those. If they're stodgy, that's even better. Feel good puddings, especially come winter time when it's really cold. You really need that stodge to fill yourself up and get warm. So, there is a recipe for this in Kent's cookbook. This cookbook looks amazing. I think, yes, I would absolutely love this. I'm going to have to go away and order it. So Shannon is his wife, I believe, and she's also the camera lady. And the photographer for this cookbook, that's amazing. Oh, her photos, like, did you see the photo of the dog, the beagle? It's beautiful. She's a very talented lady. Skills, yes. So that looks amazing. It's not just a cookbook, is it? It's like you said, it's very faith-based. There's loads of good recipes in there, but it's so visually pleasing. Some of the sights in those photos, it's stunning. I need this cookbook in my life.
It's actually just sitting on the concrete, and I put some burlap down.
And it is good eating too.
Beautiful.
But folks, it's got so many great pictures in it, and we're so blessed to have it, and we can't wait till March 17th when the book Faith, Family, and the Feast comes to your living room. It'll be a great day, it will. Thank y'all, and hey, keep ordering, I'll keep a packaging. Well, you see me take that heat off the top. When I looked down there, all them biscuits was even brown all the way around. So we got rid of that heat, replaced the lid back on there. You see me take my hand and get pretty close to them coals, and I could hold it a long time. Wasn't a whole lot of heat left in them little oak coals. So we added some more right across there just to get them all the way around, to get that extra added heat to crisp up that bottom just a little bit more. And remember, folks, that little fork right here, it will save your life. You can take it, reach over, pull them sidewalls back a little. You can see if there's any browning up the side. So always have a fork with you. Well, them old biscuits is done, sitting right there, staying warm by Christine. It is a done deal. But if you're gonna have biscuits, what do we got? We got to have us some gravy. We're gonna put some sausage in that today. You seen me cooking it, brown it up or crumble it up really good.
Ooh.
Well, you know, folks, making gravy, I was never taught there was ever a recipe. It was just grease, it was flour,
Yeah,
it was
eyeball
milk,
it.
cream, whatever you got, and you just make it till it's the right consistency.
Yeah.
Gets too thick, thin it down with some milk or water again. But y'all are in luck today. We're gonna flash you up a little recipe up there to where you can make gravy just like I do every time. I have put me some bacon grease in here because I saved it. We're gonna let it get hot. I have some of that good King Arthur flour in here, and you can see as it starts to bubble along there with them sausage crumbs that might have been left in there. We're just gonna go sifting a little flour in there. A really important tool you need to have at this time is a spatula that's got seeing eye holes through it. Because, folks, this is the best way to keep them lumps out of that gravy. But I like to let that roux cook a little, so we're going to add a little more flour. Make sure you stir it up again, and you can see the thickness now starting to take place a little as we run it back around through there. So we are getting close.
Just a quick one, guys. So he said it's a sausage gravy. Now, sausage to me is like a sausage, hot dog looking sausage thing. When he says sausage, is he referring to like sausage meat? What we would go out and look for over here is, I think it's sausage meat. If we went out looking for sausages, it would be the sausage meat encased in the whatever you call the casing for the sausages. So yeah, presumably it'd just be exactly the same thing as sausage meat. Yes, 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 yes. Just a quick one, guys. What is on Kent's apron? I've been trying to catch it, but I don't think I can get close enough to it. I'm going to have to enlarge the screen just to see what is written on his apron. Let me know. I'm going to look out for that.
When you get ready to add the milk, folks, have the stirring apparatus on hand. So I'm just going to pour a little in here at a time. Go to stirring as soon as it hits it, because I do not want no lumps, clumps, or abrasions to come back in this gravy. But you can see it is beginning to thicken right there on its own. So when you get into this point, hey, let's add a little more milk, because I want enough gravy to go around for all them biscuits. And we're going to introduce it to some more hog meat, which is a ½ pound of good sausage. Dump her right in there.
Nice.
Give it a good stirring, and we can still thin it, folks, even though it's like this. So don't thinking you can't, because you can. So we're going to thin this a little more. Like I say, that pork has got some salt in it, so we probably won't have to salt any. If you want some black pepper in there, be sure and shake her on there, because it's what I'd call a done deal. Can you see all that goodness? I can. This is what I call a complete meal. Yeah, you got gravy, you got biscuits, and you got meat. This is such a simple pleasure that you can create, and these are old-timey, old-fashioned biscuits that have been so good. And the Big says, folks, y'all got time, because he has been an official biscuit checker for years. You can just smell that goodness of that. But can you try these for me?
Oh, let him try them. Yes.
Is it pretty good? So you're going to see it. Can you wait? No, you got to wait for it. Don't even think you can have it, because you're going to wait for it. Okay, good boy.
Oh.
I've cooked this on ranches so many times for breakfast, and hey, I love to have breakfast at lunch or at supper time. Don't make me no difference, but I am fixing to reap the benefits of what I have sowed here.
How's that taste, Ken? We're getting it,
Praise the Lord. Pass the biscuits, and Lord, while you got them there, would you smooth some of that gravy over the top of mine? Because you're so good. I run to the table every day for some of that eating, folks. You just get that old-timey flavor of that biscuit. But folks, when you can tie that all up with some good gravy, with that bacon grease, throw that sausage back in there, it's a happy meal. It didn't come in a sack, it come on a plate, and it is fine dining. As always, folks, we hope you enjoyed, because we sure did. And I tip my hat to all our servicemen and women and all the veterans who have kept that old flag flying above camp. God bless y'all. Now, folks, for the rest of you, book tours coming up. We're going to be at a lot of cities. It'll pop up there. You'll see it. We'd love to see you, each and every one there. But hey, have a special shout out this week. Y'all remember when we was looking for help to help Shan edit these videos so she didn't have to look at me quite as long as she wanted to? Well, we found him. Andy, we appreciate you, my friend. You have done such a great job by taking this up another level, and give him a shout out down there and one of them attaboy pat you on the backs if you would, because Andy is part of our family now, and we appreciate you, each and every one, watching these videos. We don't ever take it for granted that you do. And hey, be sure and share, like, and subscribe on every one of them, because we need your help. And guess what? I'll see you down the buttery biscuit, homemade gravy, and sausage tray. Does this apron over a vest make me look fat, Shan?
Can't get full on fancy.
Where y'all headed? The biscuits is about ready.
That's a big one.
Oh!
And I gotta fix my fuzz button.
It's as big as the dog. I'm leaving that video on right until the end, because I don't want to miss any of those funny, those cute little bloopers. Oh, his dog. Isn't his dogs plural? Aren't they beautiful? Aren't they lovely? I love that he's got his dogs in the video. Oh my gosh. He's a darling. I feel by the end of the video, I feel like I'm actually part of his family. Is that a weird thing to say? Oh my gosh, I know I keep saying it, but oh my gosh, I think he's darling. I love watching Cowboy Kent Rollins. Love, love, love it. I'm going to go and try and catch some more of his videos. So, guys, a white gravy made with a roux, which I suppose that's how I would kind of make a normal gravy anyway. But I would also use like a meat stock as well, so that kind of takes it away from the whole white color. Yeah. See, in my head, I'm like, but where would a lot of the flavor come from? So maybe that sausage, that crumbled up sausage meat, maybe that's just really, really flavorful, and that's what carries through that white gravy. I need to know. I'm going to try and make this white gravy. I think I'm going to do like a handful of videos where I just make all of these recipes. I like to cook. I'm not too sure how interested anyone would be in actually seeing me cook them. But I'm very interested in recreating these recipes at home. Although I don't know how close I can get to the authentic, the original thing, because of, there might be a handful of things that we can't get hold of here in the UK. Or they might be a little bit different, like buttermilk. But I'll give it a go. Oh my gosh, yes. Well, Kent's made me very hungry now, and here at this time of day, it's around lunchtime, so I'm gonna have to go and eat. Thank you for watching, everybody, and I will catch you on the next video. Bye.